What a year it has been for Lou and me. Over 2.5 years ago, I shared with you that we were going to be moving. I took you along on many of the house hunts and tours. We even put a couple contracts on a house or two, only to regret our decision the very next morning. Luckily, we were able to get out of those contracts with ease. We waited on the Lord over and over, sometimes a little impatient, but for the most part, we trusted Him to bring us our heart's desire. I can honestly say, I don't believe Lou and I have ever been happier. This home He provided for us had everything on our lists and so much more. It's hard to believe it's been almost a year and we will spend our first Christmas in our farmhouse in the forest. I have always enjoyed decorating for all the seasons, but I have to say I have clearly slowed down just a bit. It took 2 days to decorate, but that's okay. We have the time now and we have each other. I always begin the process of decorating by being sure all the decor from the previous season are collected carefully from around the house and put away carefully in their respective boxes in the garage. Having everything we need on one floor is a big help, as we don't have to cart boxes and such up and down stairs. I can honestly say those days are over. We don't do a lot of fancy decor outside, but I do admire those homes that do go all out. They are so much fun and so festive. I carefully create a more homespun Christmas or a farmhouse Christmas, like the one my mom and my grandma used to talk about with so much joy in their farmhouse they lived in so long ago. In fact, several of the things my mom decorated with, I now have for my own house as she passed them on to me. That is the joy I find in Christmas decor. How about you? You have things that were passed down to you that you put around your house every Christmas season? I fill the pots with some bright red poinsettia and some frosted berries, along with some fresh evergreens from our property. They smell so good and they are so festive. I just keep my pots from the spring geraniums, then I keep them tucked down in these antique crocks and stick everything securely down in them because the dirt is packed down in those pots and it's great for holding things down. We do get a lot of wind up here on the hill, so things need to be tightened down. Just a few pillows for the front porch and I am good to go. Our little side porch was fun to decorate as well. It is covered, so I will leave little Santa here to wait for Big Santa to arrive. A pretty red wreath, and I am done with the outside. Long ago, I began collecting old world Santas. My collection grew very large over the years. Now, sadly, some Santa's arms and legs have broken over the years, and Lou tried to glue them, and for a while they lasted, but sooner or later I had to pitch them, and it was sad, but my collection is much smaller now. But as I bring them out, I remember every single one, and it just makes me smile, kind of like greeting an old, wonderful friend. This is our new/old farmhouse table we had custom built for us. It's made from pine, and it has these big chunky legs on it and lots of markings to age it. The man did such a fabulous job. I cried when he brought it in. It's like he read my mind. It was exactly what I was looking for in here. We were thrilled with it, and we still are. The china was my mom's, and she handed it down to me many years ago, and I have used it now for many, many years, and we love it. The old Santa on the right there in the middle of the dining room table was made by my grandmother back in the 1950s, I believe, maybe the 60s. I cherish it, but I have made the decision to use my family things and not keep them secured away in boxes. I want to enjoy them all, and I want to enjoy them every day. The silver candelabras were my mom and dad's from their wedding in 1951, and they are a huge part of my childhood memories. I can hear my mom saying, "Darlene, you need to polish that silver so they shine." I don't know. I kind of like that tarnished old glow they give. Or am I just being lazy? I don't know. Our one and only new purchase this year for Christmas is this gorgeous 9.5-foot Christmas tree. Our ceilings are so high in this house that our little 6-foot tree just got lost. We are in love with this beautiful tree. It looks so lovely, and it was so much fun to decorate. I have ornaments from my grandfather's tree when he was a boy, and I have ornaments from my father's Christmas tree when he was a boy. I keep them in a very, very special spot. Now those things I try not to put on the tree because I am so afraid of them dropping and just smashing. So I do keep them in a clear crystal bowl. I bring them out at Christmas time. They're out on that front foyer piece in a glass bowl. But I don't put them on the tree anymore. I just love to look at them in a glass crystal bowl and keep them safe for the next generation. We did lose 2 old beautiful ornaments. Thanks, Lou, for cleaning that mess up. It was my fault. Butterfingers. We are going out on a date tonight, so we are dressed up a bit. I'm dropping this beautiful sourdough loaf off at a friend's house. As you well know, I do spend an awful lot of time in my kitchen. So a few festive touches was just something that I just felt I needed and wanted to do. So I put out a few lovely little fresh towels that I can grab at a moment's notice. And I know we will be having company soon, so I'm filling this sweet little candy jar bowl here that my mother gave me years ago. That's a little snowman with little stick arms. He's so sweet. And I just put in some favorite candies, and I will leave him right there on the counter. But Darlene, won't that just, be a temptation for you and Lou? And I don't know. I'm hoping not. I can't say yes. I can't say no. It depends on the day. But if I find myself opening that top and reaching for one, I'll know that I need to get rid of them. I need to get rid of them, not just put them somewhere else, but I need to get rid of them. Yeah, I know. It's a trigger thing, and it's real. It just really does happen. These sweet boxes I happen to find, I don't even remember bringing them out. I don't know when the last Christmas is that I brought them out, but we did bring them with us from the old house. So I think I ordered these from QVC. I doubt they still have them, but they were so sweet. They're lit and they're battery operated, so they're on a timer. And I just found little places in the family room where I set them down, a sweet little angel and that dear little Santa with the little hat and the star hanging from it, his little striped hat. I just thought they were the sweetest little things. Now, I do not generally decorate every single room in the house. I'll put a few little touches on the bathroom counters. It's like one of my little old world Santas or some greenery or a bell or just something pretty, nothing over the top. Same with the bedroom. This is what I call my Christmas quilt. It's not really a Christmas quilt. There's nothing Christmassy on it other than the beautiful cranberry and red colorings that are in it. It is an Amish handmade quilt that I believe I bought this in Lancaster. I think I bought this up in Lancaster. I have every bed in this house. Every bed has an Amish quilt on it. I just love it. So I make my bed with this every single Christmas and it stays on there. Well, pretty much, I leave it on pretty much the whole winter season because I love it so much. I take really good care of my quilts. Even the kids' room upstairs, they have a quilt on their bed as well. I try to make our bedroom a sweet place, a comfortable place, a clean place. And at Christmas time, I love the nighttime glow. When the darkness hits, and it hits early. I love to turn all the lights on low. And I think every light in this house, every overhead light has a dimmer switch on it because I just enjoy that so much. I love that glow that it gives, kind of like a fireplace glow. The little Christmas tree, we usually always have a little tree of some kind in our room. That's just a tiny little tree back there, a frosted tree with little very soft white lights on it. And at night, it's romantic, it's peaceful, it's calming. It has a calming power over it, and we just enjoy it so very much. Don't mind my broken blind there. New decor is coming soon in that bedroom. And here's just a cute little, I'm standing upstairs in the upstairs hallway just looking down at everything. That pretty Christmas tree just kind of reaches up to the ceiling. Give me an old-fashioned Christmas with mistletoe hung high, stockings on the mantel, roasted turkey and pumpkin pie, a carol in the distance sung by a child's choir, a blanket of snow on the windowsill, inside a crackling fire. Give me an old-fashioned Christmas with loved ones arriving soon, a table heaped high with goodies, mother humming a Christmas tune, the laughing of a precious child, the happiness of a family day. Let us show love towards one another and give thanks as we humbly pray. Merry Christmas to each of you, my dear friends. Thank you so much for joining us today here at Super at 60's Farmhouse in the Forest and our Christmas home tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment below and let me know how you decorate your lovely, lovely homes. Thank you again. Bye now, and Lord bless.